To Circle, Charles Owusu-Kumi is standing by. Charles, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Charles. Well, still working the lines to get Charles Owusu-Kumi to join us. But these drone shots present a better picture of the situation around the Achimota main drain, where we understand some homes, as well as, if you like, mechanic shops, were inundated with flood waters early on today. And as you can see there, so the flood waters flowing, and as usual, accompanied by the plastic waste, which you can see lying on the surface of the flood waters, even as they flow through the main Achimota drain. Charles Owusu-Kumi is my colleague from the ChannelOne Newsroom. He's currently stationed at Circle. Let's hear from him. Charles, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon, Nana. Thanks for having me.
Very well. I heard and saw you speak to the deputy NADMO boss, Teddy, early on. We only caught the last bit of that interview. Bring us up to speed with what he's been saying, especially regarding rescue operations across the city.
Well, Nana, I was just asking him about relief items for all these people, most of them stranded. So we're currently at Circle, and if you know Circle very well, so just beneath the Circle interchange is the main lorry station. Now we have drivers, you have their mates, you have food vendors, all these people. Some of them even live in these stations. They live beneath, virtually their lives just under the Circle interchange. Now that whole area is flooded. In fact, the main Circle station is flooded. We currently now have come a bit forward to where the infamous June 3rd disaster happened. So that what you see in your shot is just the road leading to the Adabraka, just where our City FM office is. But that has also been cut off. So I was asking Teddy about relief items for all these people who are now taking shelter on the road. So they have now moved up from beneath the interchange. They are now on the road itself, so that they can get some shelter from all that is happening. Now, I asked him that, and he says, well, what they are doing is just taking data now, looking at the extent of damage before they can even talk about relief items for all these people. So you have the NADMO officers, you have military officers also here trying to, just restore some calm and restore some order here, because a lot of people are now gathering around, just wondering what exactly is happening, because some of them being turned away by the military officers who do not want people to cross. Some of them want to cross to the other side. The military officers are asking them to return. We're told that the situation is even worse at the Sahara area. Where we're standing is not too far from the Odo River. Now, the Odo is so full, Nana. It's so full that, the Odo goes through a big drain. If you're not careful, you won't even see the drain. So it is so full, just broken its banks, and has entered into areas where ordinarily you wouldn't expect the river to go into, even in the worst flood situations that we've experienced. This is unlike it. After hours of rainfall, disaster has struck the people of Accra, especially those here in Circle who have nowhere else to go. We'll just move a bit forward. And so this is my cameraman will show us the infamous Circle disaster point. So you see this wall is where that fuel station was situated, which went up in flames on that infamous June 3rd disaster. Now, we'll be going to the Sahara area in a bit, to go and have a look at what is happening over there. You have all these people, I mean, just watching on, hoping for some help to come. They're just hoping that they will cross to the other side. I'll just be engaging some of them while we take in some of the pictures here at Circle. Hello, sir. What's your name? This is ChannelOne TV. What are you doing here? I mean, you're supposed to be home. Do you live here?
Since
No, you can speak any language that you're comfortable with.
okay. As a bear and machimu and soon started a giant flooding a fahina in easy crass Siana as I check Accra. Among Siana de Aoki into a bumpire say Yankopon Mwana in Sununko form. A Janso Timato around I say no tea a bumpire say on bet me Akona or Mako Kudumuno because easy. A Janis Tatiano panel still na in Jaya a Coswana a day a Cosro. The Siani who say a soldiers for about on person Modi no Mokudumuno Tiavese or meeting I no Makudumuno.
Now, no, Ahana Ote and Ahana Yejuma.
And Pachom Yejuma around Circle because of insanity no and obedient me and Quajumanti. The Baby Jana say, Hesse on Betty Dumununti, and Tinin I was say.
Yejuma about what he.
Meme de Meme Walla pass by Anapanona. Minya information say Mobian Bejuma by Casime Ba Circle Ababeshe because Hana Mejuma, Timeba Beshe de Ecoso. Beba Hanam Beun say, the Essini de Nyakra, and I was sent paying for Timmy no me be found because in soon to Circle I said, June say Anna, at a venture to a Ghana, I say, until your bumpire say, and might be Muntimis in Yankopon by and by now, Bibiania fine.
Ajuma be now yeah now buy no nyama odi ejuma no at saying swafa no and I said they are still intact.
Oh baby I me one there normal by around Circle I say there me sure say nso no ebe twetwe a ha be kama there na there si there because near koso a ne there nya kra ba baby I me adwuma ne there ho ye okay ba me bompa say ma bibia nsi say nso no etia yenya good cases na yenya bad.
You're frozen.
Your friend Emmanuel.
Okay, Emmanuel. Yeah, that's him. So Nana, one of the distressed workers here at Circle, who is just here on watching, hoping that some help would come their way, as of course military officers try to just restore some order here. So what's happening is that, so you see the road coming from the Alajo area into Adabraka has been cut off. The vehicles come, they're unable to go any further, and then they have to return. And then you have even pedestrians and normal people also trying to cross to the other side, but the military officers asking them not to go beyond this very point. So you see the track over there is the NADMO track. It is also doing some assessments over there, and then we'll just go a bit further and see for ourselves what exactly is happening. So after just a few hours of rainfall, Circle is in the news again. The Odo River has overflown its banks, broken its banks, and flooded the entire Circle. In fact, the main Circle lorry station getting flooded is quite a surprise. Hello, sir. I think we've spoken before. Yeah. What's your name, sir?
Set Sabra.
Set Sabra.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you, sir? I see you're trying to comfort some of these women. Since when have you been here, and what did you notice when you got here?
I was there before the rainfall. The time the rainfall, you see the rain come here is very too much. The time we come, where this thing, fire service people come, they can't get way to go there.
Where?
To go the place where the
fire.
Where
the fire?
Yeah. Okay. So we all stand here. Now before we see say the water they go small. We see what they are come to do the rest. That thing I can talk to you.
How did you feel seeing this place getting flooded, and then, having in mind the incidents of June 3rd, 2015? Did you have any flashbacks of that incident? Did you have any concerns?
Oh, I can't tell this thing. Yeah, this in the town they are doing this road. The gutter is too small. So of that thing they create the everything. If the rainfall always, you see say water is coming here all the time.
All right. Thank you, sir. So you see some women trying to cross to the other side. And then you have some Okada riders also trying to do some brisk business, trying to convey people from one side of the road to the other. There's an Absa bank on my right. Its premises also heavily flooded. Fortunately for the IPMC here and this, their premises, looks like the floodwaters have receded quite a bit. So some people taking shelter over there within the IPMC premises here at Circle. Now, I'll just engage this gentleman in this wheelchair. Hello, sir. About your browsing?
No, I can't hear this language.
You don't. You don't speak Twi? You don't understand what I'm saying?
I don't understand.
Do you speak in English?
Sumo.
Okay. What's your name?
Jacob Samaila.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm doing my business sumo.
Okay. What kind of business do you do?
I sell polish and wasu and sometimes the people want traffic.
So
light.
okay, so you sell general merchandise depending on what's in demand.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's been raining all morning. So I mean, why aren't you home?
My home is day here. It's not far. Past IPMC. Yeah.
You live in the IPMC building.
Yeah.
Okay. So when the rain started, where were you?
The one that I'm starting, I'm there inside. Yeah, I'm there inside.
And then you came out when the rain subsided.
Yeah, when the rain finish, I come out for see watching the happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, you have a nice day. Well, he says he lives in the IPMC building, but I mean, how do they allow you to live in the building?
No, because it's only me, so I have the place to stay. Small. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Well, hello, sir. But you're from Charles, you're from saying?
Hey, you're from a Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian, for Oti ha, Oye Juma Wahab, I mean, what are you doing here? I mean, by this time of the day?
Okay, yeah, delivering company, Passer Man Express, yeah, banana bonum. Na akaiba se baba ye juma ba ye ba ye no. The we are at yenti no. Ye ntumi nyi juma nti your boys ne ba na ye meeting kakra afide. Yeah.
Okay, so that's your business. Moye delivery.
Yeah, delivering company, Passer Man Express.
Okay. I'm sure say on panel what say I have flood and I would America buy. What by then I'm here.
I me ba no me hun se na nso eko ye office na nim bebre nanso up to some time ni be 2 hours ni nyina sa atwi eko. Anene ya dia me ba ya mabeto say nso na ba ye office na nim nyina down below ni nyina nso aye muma. Dan nankasa dan we nso aye mama. O nyina flood. But they said yeah, yes in first.
Sin announce everything. All right, thank you very much. Well, they have a business here. They came to do some work, but unfortunately, their premises had also flooded, so they were unable to conduct today's business. Of course, the floods have disrupted a lot of business activities here at Circle. So here is the First African Forex Bureau. Its premises heavily also inundated by the flood waters here in Circle. I mean, hello, sir. Me patro your friend me Kovikum, your friend Oscar. Na Oscar patro who free na Okon.
O mi fra Accra mom, kana me besin akọ Asaraja.
Salaga.
Ba enya ba bia ka me ko fa carnation so ho nso ayiri ho sa. Kana madam ani ada ve se me fa se bia menya ekwan.
Ti wo ko Circle akọ.
Me se menya ka ho.
Well, unfortunate. So, thank you very much. Well, very unfortunate situation there. Looks like they need some help. Senior man, oh, mum. Well, the unfortunate sight of two women falling into the water. I'm just trying to cross to the main Circle area. The gentleman I just spoke to says he's on the way to Salaga. So, Mumefa. Cinema net saying. Ma, me na mo kwa here. Mo ati ahwe. Mo kwa here fa.
Me call La Paz.
La Paz. Na mo free aha no, mo na mo free.
You fra Accra na eba o, yenya ka.
Sorry, why? Auntie. Oh, sorry. Mama, I know na man kuja kakra. Net saying you frozen.
E friend me is tabna.
Okay. Mo free Accra.
E fi Accra.
Na mo ko ejuma, mo ko ton ade.
E ko krom. Na anopa na munya din sa na e de ko krom. Ti e ko na hu se e ma ye din. Ndi obi esu ni krom, ti e se e ba fie.
So mo ko La Paz, mo ko fa ka o se. Mate. We there. Sorry. Well, to me so when proud there. Okay, ya da nyame ase. Well, Nana, the situation here in Circle is quite grim, especially for those who want to cross from the Central Business District area to Circle. The entire stretch is cut off by floodwaters, and so I mean, they may have to, you either wait or just like those women we just spoke to, walk through the floodwaters. Unfortunately for them, they fell into the water. So what we're doing is we're crossing to the other side. You can see in your shot smoke billowing from the fire incident. Earlier, there were reports that fire had gutted some shops at the Odona area. So we're told that firemen are already there trying to douse the fire, but then you can see smoke billowing from over there. So the fire probably still burning. So you also see NADMO officials on a boat looking for people as they continue with their rescue efforts. Now, you can also see in your shot some people swimming their way out of the waters. Someone's holding water. Is that like a rat or some grass cutter? Okay, and the other is holding some, is it fowls? Okay, so it looks like some people have taken advantage of the situation and looking for their next meal. So grass cutter, fowls. All right. We're crossing to the other side now. Hopefully we can engage a few of the people here as they watch in disbelief what's happening. You also see a pile of rubbish floating on the flood waters. Hey, I said when I've been to Ufo Maujo Muskana. Okay. So. All right, senior man. We have a code there. Now, you're frozen, senior.
Eric Aqua.
Of
course.
Eric, what's your baby? Where you are?
Me wa run here, baby.
What's it?
It's the side of down, I be me Robertson.
Okay. Hold on, I should know.
So far, hold him now, Bendia. Ubi antime and concorno.
Describe the senior is on here.
So far, and soon started and run. I started and run. Now, I'm in Madame for being a net so. But suddenly, in Sono Tony, you had an tea, and him said, I na got test in Sono qua. Say, a idea and hard dream, you him said, a bay. But we na hard dream, a cost smooth. Ma who say but and you no crown start TB and make us no no matter what said to got a casene be yuri and Tebiani who say got an then a yuri bana so for May 1 year and I take faces a problem but what problem with here is very bad about any year every year.
We be said
that since Circle has said yeah I was here even disaster crown hard but so far this one is very hard than everybody.
So disaster any time, no, and you say.
Oh, I don't know, Ejano, and you say, and you say.
Gata Kesiano, before I'm so never turn, not a muti saying, a more name was Yana, no more.
Already, Sagata Kasiana, and one a problem my fancy our have because Niamihuni says, our area, I'm saying, as I issue land. And it's I got a casino, and yeah, you pa Hanmina, so far every year be no my anyway, so now be common study at and so I remember the last month at twice Saturday be hard one pa and no our whole yama be brave forgot time so still and I got any my I am so talk a crabby people say I blew off her baby but so far this year it's very hard. It's very hard. Actually, yeah, since morning up to now, look at me. Even musica me phone cry ni me nyama nyina me way so you can't go there. Ultimate crowd, you can't go there. Even just pure crowd benya everything there for your room inside. So ni obenwa say ahmache na say no, you should ba o yeah, obi an sorry. Obi an sorry nti ya we say bia. And I dey itaye say so far I say and check say but wait there.
You know what say Jano baby or no ebeba mu fi okra.
Oh no, so far there omo robbers, omo ton robbers e wo akiri ho. Enti say ho no e na Ejano eto eba so far baby Ejano so toy no. E se koya ko ni place. We se ko ni place no so no. Antra until so far problem I woman.
All right, Accra, okay, so one of the residents here telling us about the nature of today's incident. Well, he tells us that he lives close to the plastic company, which we're told is currently in flames. But he's unable to access his home. All his belongings are there, and then they have moved uphill a bit to a safe spot, hoping that the floodwaters will recede, and then they can have access to their homes. You see the NADMO officials returning with their canoe as they paddle back to a higher ground. It looks like they've gone to rescue some persons. So there you have a rescue operation with some men paddling. But looks like they've gone to rescue a lady. What's it? I'm for what?
Oh, plenty people was here. Uncle for was here. Pa ya John. Unti na ejina hanum se kura no. Ade we see so far say bebo abam na baso bebo bambo efo abamba so say. Anche bia no mobile around, but mobile around you can't go. You can't go. You can't go. Police by soldier EV. So far service for by. Try my best. Yeah swimming for ni swimming ko do bebo no I had. And so na police for by. Doson. Try my best so soldier for so by so want to say Ijano SO until one more there. So far, yes, be fire service for the police for the mantra. I want to best, but you can't go there. When so ban is we yet to for a run and be the person about to be here in Labadi here. Our munim sa swimming we know and the say we say one more around. But baby a generation and Kasankasa there in Crawford or Honor Satan.
Thank you. Let me try and engage the lady who has just been rescued. Hello, hi. You don't want to talk to us? How are you? How are you feeling? She's not feeling well. Yeah, but you can speak for her on your behalf. Yeah. No. I mean, we just saw you, you know, in the boat, in the canoe. You know, tell us, where are you coming from? How is she feeling?
Oh. We are coming from like Circle, behind the Ghana Commercial Bank. And she's my kid's sister and she's not feeling well. She just came back from the hospital yesterday. She just committed STS2, so. But she's like, just thank God like they came to our aid. But the NADMO and the government, I don't know, they should be very, very proactive like towards this kind of disaster. It's natural, it happens, but this is extra. So from like very early hours of 5 to 10, at least if not for anything, there should be boats and like another stuff on top of the water. Somebody died in front of our house
today.
So yes, just this early morning. The person died. He drowned just in front of our house. So like, if not more and other stuff, the government should be proactive in this kind of disasters, because lots of life will be lost if they are not proactive. Because in the early hours was 5. At least probably to 8, there should be not more and other people to prevent this kind of disaster. It could be it's very, very like preventable. It's another disaster. It's okay, but they should be proactive in this kind of disasters.
Yeah, but NADMO told us that they have boats all over.
They don't have boats. The one they brought to us, people that we know around, and it's even rubber boats. It's even rubber boats, and it can't even carry a maximum of 2 people staff. There are 2 people already on the rubber boats. It can't even carry people of 2. It can't. So they should be very proactive. I don't know. They want to come and give us. I don't know. Like, they should be very proactive.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult situation for you to have your family
and to witness like a friend of mine die in front of me. It's very, very, and he died like around 10. If this started like early hours around 5, so by 8. You people should be aware. Just come to our aid. But the person that leads around 10. So by this time he's dead. He's dead and gone. A friend of mine just in front of me. The person is just drowning there because the level of the water. He can't do anything again than to give up. Yes.
What's your name, sir?
I'm James.
All right, James. Thank you very much. I wish you and your sister very well. I'm sure she'll be fine. All right, sure. All right. So this gentleman and his sister rescued by the benevolence of ordinary boaters within the community who volunteered their time to go and rescue people from down there. Well, he tells us that NADMO did not bring their boats, as we've been told, to rescue them, but fortunately for him, the benevolence of the boaters within the community have saved his and his sister's life. We're told that NADMO is undertaking its own rescue operation on that side, so we're going to check that out. Hello. Senior man, I said, oh, you are trying to make some business out of it. What the amount for crossing?
The situation here is too much. Too much. There is no way for us to pass. There is no way for motor or woman being safe to pass.
So you're taking people from here to the other end?
Yeah.
How much do you take for?
Just this one. To cross this one, 10 cedi. This one. If I cross this one, 10 cedi.
10 cedi?
Yes.
To cross 10 cedi?
Yes, if I cross this 10 cedi.
Isn't it too much? That's too expensive, man.
But the situation is too much. There is no way you can pass. Me say I'm going to deliver this thing. There is no way for me to go.
So you are taking advantage of the situation and charging people 10 cedis to just cross this?
Oh, boss. Okay, I'll reduce it. I'll
reduce it.
To
how much?
5 cedi.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, so we're going to check out the NADMO rescue operation over there. Hi. If you're watching this is our live coverage of the aftermath of the flooding here in Accra. And this is ChannelOne TV. Excuse me, sir. Okay, so here you have another boat. This time around, I see a NADMO official in the boat joining the rescue operation. And then you have a gentleman scoop water from his boutique. What's going on? What do you say? What's in?
Yeah. Yɛntumi nkɔ yɛda mu nneɛma nyinaa asɛe aka matale wɛ nkɔ anahyɛ me nti atiefoɔ mu wɔ mmoa bi a momfa mmoa yɛ no yɛbrɛ nsuo no yɛha yɛn.
All right, excuse me, sir, can I just...
nsuo no ayi aba hɔ nyinaa yɛda mu nneɛma nyinaa asɛe yɛntale nyinaa asɛe aka matale.
Hi, Honorable. I understand that the Honorable Member of Parliament for Protocol is here. The Honorable Zanotto Rollins is here, watching on keenly as NADMO officials and people from the Ghana Maritime Authority. I can see that inscription on their vest. Try to rescue as many people as they can. Honorable, if we can just engage you briefly. I know you're in a pensive mood trying to assess the situation, but what has been your assessment since you've been here? This is ChannelOne.
This has been quite devastating. I mean, the rainfall has been quite torrential, to put it mildly, but the flooding is on a level that I don't think we've witnessed before. We've had the police, the fire service, the 48 engineers and the Navy, as well as the fishermen who came over from Usu and brought their canoes to help in the rescue efforts. Unfortunately, there are some people who are refusing to leave their premises, and some are saying because they are afraid that there'll be looting if they leave their premises. But there's also a fire that's raging through the Odona market, which seems to be out of control. But unfortunately, the fire service is not able to access the location because the flood water is quite deep, and it's quite devastating to actually see.
I mean, we've engaged some of the residents as they are working with boaters within the community who are volunteering their time and their resources to do this, and that NADMO hasn't done enough.
NADMO is present, but NADMO did not have the relevant equipment that was required. That's why everybody's been pitching in. It's rather unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate, yeah.
I mean, for a member of parliament, isn't this worrying to see that the National Disaster Management Organization goes to a disaster scene and is not well equipped to execute its mandate?
I think this is an issue that certainly I'll have to raise on the floor of Parliament, but I think it's obvious enough that there is an issue, and I have no doubt that the government is going to actually act on this quite urgently, because the mandate of NADMO is to be able to deal with all of these as an agency that should be coordinating all the other agencies in a situation like this. They do need the resources, and I think that we have to be able to approve the budget that is of the right level, for what they need to do.
Yeah, you sound really devastated, ma'am.
This is terrible.
It is. I mean, usually you're a very strong person, but I can see in your face it's difficult for you.
You have a fire that's raging. Fire service can't get access to the location to even put the fire out, which means that on top of whether we've had loss of lives, on top of all the devastation, you also have people who will now have to deal with the damage, the loss to livelihoods afterwards. This is a serious issue, and we're really going to have to sit down and have a real conversation on the action moving forward on how to address this.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The Honourable Member of Parliament for Clotter, the Honourable Zanetta Rawlings, disappointed in the efforts of first responders. NADMO, we're told, have been on hand, but they have not been well equipped. They don't have the boats to do the rescue efforts. It's hard to take the volunteering of ordinary fishermen in the community to come and help with the rescue efforts here. There is some conversations currently ongoing. I'll try to understand what is happening over there.
No, so one person can go with them. Maybe an employee has come. No, we have information some people have been entrapped inside, and then there is a likelihood that some lives have been lost. So what we are saying right now is that they should get there and get a first-hand information if it needs to break the door, so that we'll see if the people are not dead or they are alive, so that at least we'll bring them out.
So that's the assignment you're given?
Yeah, that's the assignment that they are taking it back. It's rather an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, but I just spoke to the Member of Parliament. She sounded very disappointed that NADMO was not even well equipped to do this. Now you've had to use ordinary fishermen in the community.
Yeah.
So here you see a woman being carried on a man's back. And now that is what we're having to do because the state agencies are not well equipped for this.
It's rather unfortunate. I mean, this morning when we came here, you're looking at what is happening. My madam with my MC, I'm the presiding member of the assembly, so my MP, my first boss, and my second boss is the MCE. I was asked we should get this wooden boat, and we brought it to rescue the situation. Earlier on, it was not easy. Now, I was even telling my boss that we need to, even at the district level, get some equipment to salvage that situation in the near future.
Because sometimes if you are going to wait for NADMO at the national level or regional level, before they come, the situation will get bad.
So you think that the assembly itself should get?
Oh yeah, yes. I mean, wherever I stand, I will say it, and I will say it without fear or favor. There are some equipment that the assembly should get it. In case of like this, you know what is happening is that this is not the first time. Preventive measures should be, and one of the preventive measures is getting the right equipment as a standby. Because if we had earlier on improvised these things, I think we will not get to where we are right now. Thank you very much.
What we have now is one of the boats from the Maritime Authority, I guess, the Maritime Authority bringing their boats to help with the rescue efforts. I think for the fire that is still raging, it should be concerning because of the history, of course, of this very place, fire and flooding during the June 3rd disaster. Your madam tells us that the fire service are unable to go to that side to put out the fire. That should be concerning.
Yeah, so right now, after some deliberation with the fire service, they've been able to get a pumping machine, which they are going to use with one of the boats to get there. And we are going to use the same water to try to bring the fire under control.
How would the fire service get there?
No, the fire tender is not going there.
Okay.
We are getting a water pump
Okay, to
to go there with a boat. Then we'll use the same water that we have here to try to put the fire under control. I hope you are getting what I'm saying.
I get what.
We are trying to improvise a way out. You get me right? We are improvising using the water to quench the fire with a pump.
Yeah, but where are the fire officers? Okay.
They are all around. You can run around. And there's a number of them who are around here. And then, I mean, it's also going to help.
Okay, so you have the maritime boats that have now arrived. He tells us fire officers will now join the boat, go to the fire scene and try and put out the fire with the same flood waters. So they'll be going with a pump and use that pump to sort of put out the fire. They're all trying to improvise now because the fire tender obviously won't be able to reach the fire, so they've had to improvise using the boats. You have residents who have gathered en masse watching closely. We have been receiving reports that there are fears that some people may have perished in their homes. You also have the ambulance service also joining in here. So this is a joint effort. You have persons from the Maritime Authority, you have the Ghana National Fire Service, you have persons from the military, the Ghana Police Service. The Member of Parliament is here together with the MC, all helping with the efforts, trying to rescue as many people as they can. We're at Circle currently, not too far from the June 3rd disaster scene, and so the people here are worried. There you have a rescue team on the boat, going deep into the waters and trying to see if they can rescue as many people as they can. They've rescued a few people. Earlier, we saw the combined actions of volunteer rescuers rescue a young lady and her brother. The brother told us the unfortunate death of his friend right in front of him. Was quite disappointed with the efforts of NADMO which is not far from what the Member of Parliament has told us, that NADMO does not and did not come to the disaster scene with the boats and the necessary equipment to be able to do what it is mandated to do to rescue people in disaster. So the officer, so you have those men you see from the Maritime Authority. So you have one fire officer who will join the boat. And then they will join the Maritime Authority guys.
Otherwise, it's going to do. I think one of the officers will go with the first one. He's going to. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, military officers employing force to control the crowd that has gradually developed over here. Slapping the gentleman in the short. The crowd is gradually building up. Onlookers gathering around to catch a glimpse of the rescue efforts. Now, the soldiers, in trying to control the crowd, have resorted to the use of force. You have the Member of Parliament consoling one of those who, unfortunately, has been at the receiving end of that use of force. The gentleman shedding tears. The having been slapped by a soldier, one of the uniformed men here from the military. If you just joined us, this is ChannelOne TV. This is our live coverage of the aftermath of the flooding incident here in Accra. This is Circle, where first responders are working together to rescue as many people as they can. Most parts of Circle currently underwater, and then you can see in your shot rescuers returning with a boat full of people they have rescued from, I guess, their homes. The Honorable Member of Parliament told us that some of the residents are refusing to leave their homes because they fear that they may be looting in the event that they leave their homes. But these ones, fortunately for them, the rescuers have found them, and they are bringing them, if I can say, bringing them ashore to a safer ground, where they will now disembark their boat. Well, these ones, they were able to give them some life jackets.
Come on, sir. Come on, sir.
Hey, mommy. Congratulations.
It is so that you know. Yes, sir. Okay. Like one month. Go back, you won't go. Yeah, no. Hey, got our hole, got our hole. Okay, Ben, I'm going to go to Charlie. Okay, now, what are
Stomach level.
So let's operate here. Enough men. And some people will take over the store. And some people will take over the store. Then the rest will move to the store.
There's a problem.
You know the way again also. So I'm not the problem.
I'll deal with that. It was just a craft. I need to send that to you. So let's talk tomorrow. Yes, like this.
So rescue efforts are still underway at Circle, where my colleague Charles Owusu-Kumi is reporting from. We can see officials of the National Disaster Management Organization, the Ghana Armed Forces, and they are there at Circle. Earlier we had some officials from the Koli Klote Municipal Assembly sought to suggest that some persons are reportedly trapped in their homes, and so they are sending officers to go verify, and if indeed, then they would have to break into those homes and rescue those persons. However, there are fears, there are concerns that some may have unfortunately lost their lives. We're praying against that, or hoping that the rescue efforts will be successful. All persons will be rescued alive. So, Fred, if you can give viewers an actual description of this area, so they know exactly where the efforts or the operation is being carried out.
So this area is when you are heading from Circle to Accra.
Right.
So after the site of the June disaster, where you had the former Goa filling station, you move a bit forward, headed towards the traffic light. You would realize that there's an Ernest Chemist warehouse around that side.
Right.
So this is the turn to that Ernest Chemist warehouse, leading you to the back of the market.
Okay.
Behind Circle and Adabraka. So this particular shot we are seeing, it's between the Adabraka area, headed towards Accra, into the market. We haven't even gone to Sahara yet because we are unable to get to Sahara because of the level of the water in the area. So, like you said, there's been a lot of efforts by the various security agencies. So you could see the military, you could see officials of NADMO, officials of the fire service, even the police service are also there.
Right.
But one of the challenges we are told, and this is according to the Member of Parliament for the area, Zanata Rollins, says that they don't have the requisite equipment to be able to deploy to the places where we have a number of people who are trapped there. Some few minutes ago, we saw that there was now a speedboat which was brought. That speedboat, the motorized one, that's belonged to the police marine unit, which is now being deployed. Otherwise, you see the regular canoes. As we speak, on our shot, we have children being rescued from the water in there. So there are a number of houses when you go in there. So outside the NS Chemist, and there's a particular hotel around that lane. There are also a number of residential buildings in that place. And we are told that so many people are trapped there. Some of them have moved up to their buildings. Others, we are also told, we cannot confirm, according to the national official who spoke to us, is that there are others who they believe are still down there. And they would want to check whether everything is fine with them and whether they would have to break in and get them out. So in the last few minutes, about an hour, it's been an issue of rescue, sending in boats to bring people out. We've seen the aged. At a point, we saw about two very old women being rescued. We've seen children being brought from that particular area. On the other side, we are not able to tell
because we don't have eyes there.
We don't have eyes there because
it makes it difficult.
We are unable to. But even with the shot, you could see the fire still, the flames still burning behind the market, where we are told that there are rubber companies, plastic market over there. You could see that the flames are still burning, basically because the fire service has been unable to actually access it from where we are watching from. So far, the security agencies are putting in their very best and to see how they can rescue all the other people trapped in there. So in our shots, a little boys, children
so
being
another
brought
boat
out
has returned
with kids.
with kids, and if you like, some fairly young men, and you can also tell that the efforts of the security agencies is being complemented by some community members.
Yes, because they know the place
exactly.
better.
They know the place
better than the security officers. So a lot of the community members, young men, are helping the security agencies, showing them where people are, directing them to places where
so
they think people are
another
trapped.
elderly lady having been rescued, being brought to the roadside, and clearly, I mean, it's difficult to tell, but you can hazard the guess that these persons may need somewhere to rest, somewhere to spend the night. Tonight.
It's not that they may; they would have to be given places to spend the night. Because looking at the time now, 3:44, and looking at the level of the water, you ask yourself that where are the people who live in this particular area going to be sleeping? Obviously, they cannot be sleeping in their homes today.
Definitely not.
And right now, I think that everybody's mind and concentration is on the rescue efforts.
Right.
I'm sure by the time the water recedes and a lot of people are now taken out from the trapped areas, what we'll now be thinking about is where to put these people over the night till the water finally recedes from their homes. It's been a long day filled with so much water across the capital. This is just one of the places we are showing you, Adabraka. Earlier on, we were in Chado. And in Chado, we could only access the places where we could see. The other places we couldn't access. Information from NADMO is that rescue missions are also taking place over there to be able to rescue people who are trapped in their homes. We saw in Chado vehicles which had been moved up over 200 meters from where they were stationed before the rain. We've also seen videos of vehicles which have been covered totally. So, I mean, today's flooding is something else. Like the Member of Parliament for Clote Kole says, this is something they have not witnessed before in a long time, unless you've been at the place for a very long time. In years, I don't think that Adabraka has, and the Circle area has witnessed this kind of flood. June 3rd was a flood with fire, but this flood is a bit different from what happened in June 3rd. June 3rd,
it's the magnitude of the flooding, or if you like, the intensity of the flood waters that really makes the difference if you want to do that comparison. And as you can tell, even this canoe, if the water levels were not high enough, I don't think this canoe would have survived.
No, not at all.
And so now that the speedboat, or if you like the motorized one, the one with the outboard motors, has been brought, hopefully it increases the rescue time. So from where the people are trapped in their homes back to the main road, I'm sure the exercise will be more swifter, more faster, and smoother now going forward. But of course, they'll still need the help of some local, or if those we call the area boys.
You see, Nana, this area, this particular place we are showing now, when you go down, it can lead you to Sahara.
Right.
So you drive down, it takes you to the end of the GCB building where the market is. You take your left and it can lead you all the way to Sahara. So if this is where we are seeing, which is not Sahara, you can imagine what Sahara would look like as we speak.
Right, because Sahara, as we know it to be, would be more impacted than this area.
Yes.
It's a situation we're dealing with, bringing you pictures of rescue efforts ongoing at Circle. Emergency response agencies combining the National Disaster Management Organization, the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, frantic efforts to rescue people trapped in their homes by flood waters. Reports indicate that some have had to climb onto the roofs of their buildings because the flood waters are yet to recede. And so the National Disaster Management Organization has brought in a motor or a boat with an outboard motor now to intensify the rescue operations, which we're seeing being done in collaboration with some community members. The situation is peculiar here because just behind where the rescue efforts are being undertaken is the plastic market, which went up in flames in the morning of today.
Yeah.
However, the Ghana National Fire Service has not been able to access the scene of the fire due to the flood waters, which is impeding their way or their efforts to go attend or go fight this fire. And so clearly the fire has been raging. We are not sure the extent of damage that may have been caused, but we are hoping that no casualties are recorded, even as the rescue efforts continue at this Circle area. As Fred described, this is the area from Circle heading towards Accra. Just after the GCB building, there's an NS Chemist warehouse where you make a right turn, and that's the lane that goes to the NS Chemist warehouse. We've seen some young men who have pushed their motorbikes through the floodwaters.
There's an update coming from the National Fire Service. So this is one of the officers of the National Fire Service,
Alex Kinati.
Yes, he says that the body of a man believed to be in his 60s has been found at Alajo along the railway line, along with extensive damage to vehicles and other properties. So the body of a man believed to be in his 60s have been found at Alajo. This is very unfortunate.
Right. While we bring you pictures of the rescue efforts at Circle here in Accra, let's not lose sight of the situation in Awutu Senya East, where we hear a river has broken its banks, a community almost totally displaced, and of course the announcement by the Wejagbawe NADMO regarding the spillage of the Weja Dam, which clearly is expected to impact areas such as Weja itself, communities along the dam, the Densu, so Tetegu, SCC, Choice, Modex. All these areas are likely to be affected by the spillage of the dam. Already, these areas are inundated with flood waters following the hours of rainfall that we've witnessed. We spoke to Mamiesi, who's a production executive or a programs executive here at ChannelOne Television. Right, so let's bring you drone shots from Circle. So you can see the fire raging.
You see the flames.
Exactly, the flames are up. And I'm not sure who is, but you can see to my left from where I sit, some efforts at throwing water onto the fire. We cannot say on authority whether it's the fire service or if it's community members using the flood waters to fight the fire. But these are scenes from Circle, drone shots, showing you pictures of the situation there at Circle as efforts are being made to save lives and to salvage property, if any, remains.
So, like we mentioned earlier, so when you look at these this particular drone shot on our left, after where the fire is. Yet the back of it is also inundated with water.
Exactly.
And it tells you the extent of damage the flood has caused, even though we cannot assess it now. And
but beyond the fire is the Odo.
Yes, beyond the fire is the Odo. Is the Odo, is the Odo River, and behind it are residential facilities over there. It's now we are getting quite a picture of what is happening within the plastic market, and the extent of damage is causing. Like you said, we are seeing people trying to get water into that particular place. We are not sure whether they are personnel from the fire service or they are just people who are trying to, from residents who are trying to find a way to help douse the fire.
It appears more of,
officials,
community members. I mean, we can see people in the reflectors and all that. I'm not too sure if these are life jackets that they are wearing, but there's quite a distance, so I'm unable to tell. But you can see efforts definitely being made to throw some water at the fire to help bring it down. But if you look at how widespread the fire is, I'm not sure how much of an impact this exercise will make in dousing this fire. Well, let's have the drone pan a bit more so we can see how far out the fire burns to.
And this fire started around 8 in the morning. This fire started around 8 in the morning. And if it's 8, and as we speak, it's about 55 minutes past 3, we are heading towards more than 5 hours, about 5 to 6 hours of this fire burning. It's quite a sad scene to see property being destroyed this way, and people and officials helpless in dealing with the fire. Helpless not because they are unable to deal with it because they don't have the equipment. Helpless because they are unable to reach there because of the flood.
They do not have access.
Yes, because of the flood waters. It's quite a sad scene. It's quite a sad scene.
Can you imagine the loss that the traders there have made? Quite difficult, if you ask me. Traders who went to sleep last night, expecting to wake up to come to work, to attend to their daily activities, only to be hit with the news of, again, fire and floods at Circle. In another month of June. Quite a difficult situation. And so there you saw it, drone pictures from Circle showing us an aerial view of the current situation at Circle, where one end of the area is in flames, another end is submerged.
So now what we see now is the Circle taxi station.
Right.
So at the point, that place is totally submerged. That place is totally
This is
submerged.
descending from?
This is descending from
the interchange.
From the interchange.
Right.
So right on your left side, where before you get to the GCB, there is this taxi station over there. That place is totally filled.
Opposite that is Vienna City.
Exactly. Opposite that it's Vienna City. That's totally filled.
And then you have IPMC also a bit up ahead.
IPMC, then the Cow Bank.
Exactly.
Then the Shell fuel station over there. These are the places we are seeing now. It looks like another group of people are being sent to help rescue the people trapped in there. And now they are going with the canoes because it looks like the canoe with the outboard motor alone cannot do the job.
Do it.
They need others to support it, and these are people from the community trying to figure out how to send this canoe there. Whilst this is happening, we also have officers from the Ghana Armed Forces who are also there to keep the security and ensure that people stay away from the scene of rescue. As we said, in such situations, you find a lot of people trying to gather to get a first-hand view of what is happening.
Exactly.
And whilst they are doing that, sometimes they distract the work being done by
the professionals.
So you have military men who have also been stationed there to ensure that people keep their distance from where the rescue missions are taking place.
So the operation is still ongoing, and still present is the Member of Parliament for Korle Clotte, Dr. Zaneto Rollins. She's still there. She is in the company of the MCE, who is also present there.
There's also the municipal NADMO
director
who's also there.
Who's also there. And so they are helping, if like, assist with the rescue operation while assessing the situation, and hopefully some recommendations will be made after a proper or a thorough assessment is done regarding the flooding situation at a Circle. It's been recurrent, it's been happening over the years, and I do not want to throw my hands in the air in despair and give up, but we are hopeful that really there will be some innovative ways to deal with this matter once and for all. But for now, the most important thing is to save lives. And so for all those that were being told are reportedly trapped in their homes, we are hoping that the emergency response agencies are able to retrieve them, to rescue them successfully and alive. And no casualties are recorded in this area. The rescue efforts still underway. You can see officials of NADMO still engaging. I am sure they've probably... So the boat with the outboard motor has returned, but I'm not too sure what the issue is, because you've noticed that the canoes that are being paddled have gone back.
Yes.
Into the thick of events. But water is being scooped out of the one with the outboard motor.
Look, it's quite interesting. I mean, for 9 hours we've been bringing you coverage of the floods, and if 9 hours you have these floods, it can tell you the extent of floods or flood waters at the place. If the boats or the canoes we have are not strong enough, obviously you find water going into it. The security officers of the security agencies are going once again to see what they can do.
And it looks like they are going to paddle now.
Yes, they are going to paddle.
The motor might not necessarily, or perhaps where they are is too shallow for the motor to work. So they are paddling now. But then again, we see a young man in the boat scooping out water. Charles Owusu-Kumi is back on the line. He's a man on the ground. Let's engage him and find out exactly what is happening regarding this new boat that was brought in to augment the efforts of the existing ones there. Charles, thank you for staying on with us. We noticed that a new boat was brought. This had an outboard motor. However, we're not seeing this outboard motor in use. Are you able to speak to this? Are you able to tell us what is happening? Hello, Charles. Right, so we're still holding on to hear from Charles Owusukumi. He is my colleague at the ChannelOne Newsroom. He's our man on the grounds at Circle, reporting for us on the rescue mission by emergency response agencies, the NADMO, the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, of course, with the support of some community members. We've seen the young men in the area assisting the security agencies in their efforts to rescue trapped community members who are still in their homes, some of whom reportedly are on their roofs awaiting rescue from the security agencies. So that operation is ongoing at the Circle area behind GCB, right in front of the NS Chemist warehouse. But behind that area as well, we've had the plastic market, the Udona plastic market, where we understand a ravaging fire has engulfed the entire market and has been burning since morning when it was first reported, not because the fire service is unwilling to assist, not because the fire service is not equipped to combat that fire, but because flood waters have impeded efforts of the Ghana National Fire Service. Flood waters have prevented the Ghana National Fire Service from accessing the area of the fire, because all tenders deployed by the fire service to douse or to fight the fire have not been able, will not be able to access the scene of the fire until the flood waters recede. So that's the difficulty the Ghana National Fire Service has had since morning in trying to combat that fire. However, rescue efforts continue at Circle. Charles Owusukumi is back with us. Let me find out from him what has changed since we last spoke. Concerns raised by the Member of Parliament for the area regarding the requisite equipment to help expedite the rescue efforts. Subsequently, we saw a boat, or if like a canoe, that had an outboard motor attached to it being brought in. However, we've not seen the operationalization of this outboard motor, despite the boat being placed on the water. It's been paddled to the scene of the rescue. Charles, are you able to help us understand why the outboard motor is not being used regarding this particular operation?
Well, Tufo, you're welcome back to Circle, where rescue operations are currently ongoing. So far, the team comprising of persons from the National Disaster Management Organization, the Ghana Maritime Authority, the military, police, the fire service, they've been able to rescue around 30 people. So the Maritime Authority has brought in 2 additional boats, and with some life jackets, they've been able to go in deep, and they've been able to rescue about 30. Now their team is divided into 2. You have one currently working at the Sahara side, and then you have the team working here in Circle. Now, some of those who have been rescued, including old people, you have children. We have also been told that some persons have lost their lives. Just a few moments ago, an old lady came over here, and she was crying. Who was crying that someone has passed on in her home. Now, this rescue operation is also being done in conjunction with fishermen within the community who have volunteered their time and resources. Even before the Maritime Authority boats came in, they were using their canoes and they were swimming in the floodwaters to help rescue the victims of this flood incident. So we just had a bang, a huge bang here. Some people are suggesting that that could be the explosion of some gas of the sort, but we cannot confirm that. But we just had a huge bang here as we tried to engage some of the fishermen who have volunteered their time to conduct this rescue operation. Now we're told that this operation will continue for as long as the flood water are at the levels as they are, to try and rescue as many people as the team can. I spoke to the Member of Parliament earlier who expressed frustration and disappointment that the team that initially arrived was not well equipped to do the rescue. But subsequently, like I mentioned, you've had 2 boats come in to come help with the operation. So you see in your shot one of the canoes returning ashore after conducting the rescue operation. You also see the smoke still billowing from the incident, the fire incident. Earlier in the morning, we received reports that there was a fire outbreak at a manufacturing company, a plastic manufacturing company here at Circle. Now, we're told that fire officers have had difficulty to reach the fire incident, and so they were now having to use the boats and a certain machine to be able to pump the water. Use the same flood waters to douse the fire. I think there's an incident here. What's happening? What's happening?
No, she said her grandchildren are inside, so we are trying to let one of the canoe go towards that direction to rescue them.
Okay.
So we need to have a first-hand information from her.
Mame, why no? Nana no. Now ho no mo fa okay.
Say ye me pra into omo be fa me pie nti nkwala no na omu si kanu nu ntime nkọ. Ade asam na aka ne sa na ono ye omu si kanu nu wura ho.
Omo si omo de kanu no be ko osisi akofo ma ba ntinya botre. Omo kwa akofo ma ba. So a batch of rescuers have just arrived here. I see a gentleman asking for whose baby is this. Cinema, why about no? Who should share the mommy? Well, unfortunately, this baby crying is still yet to find the mother of the child. Hopefully they can find the mother of the child. Hey, Oba, is that your child? Oba. Oh, okay. So, unfortunately, we've been able to find the mother of the child. Yep.
I beg you. Yes, please. They need water.
Hello. Mamina or say Nana Moho no winim no. I can see that you're with her. Audience. Oh mame.
Bachane.
Inti woman or nana say.
Bachane ma.
But you can't go with them to
Oh, I don't have any problem. I'm waiting for them.
So an anxious mother waiting for her kids to be brought back to her. Well, the grandmother has volunteered to go with the team.
Nso we dey bin see. Ala ju ho nyina isi a ye niam nyina asai isi ni ba bi e beda mpo. Nso we dey ano odin sen nso abani. Madawro ma mo aye wa nso no level ababedu. Emma medu sa level. Mo aye na we dey aburo so do we sira mo why.
I'm your brother.
E ba cho me dey akua don ko.
Na ote.
E pa cho me wa ala ju na mbe ya le na mba ha sei nti me ba ha na mba e. Ba ye nyama nyina asai.
Na mo fi ho obi a free ho.
Mpa cho obi nyina ya free ho isi ni ba bi e beda mpo. Yamashi ye bibia say ala adwumi baba ko no so ho no ye nyama nyina e ho na nyama kora wo ye nyama nyina say
so betime yiri so 2 minutes ahade enso ntama ha but enen so na atone frite no abeton de ano den pa se hwe se kora ha na ye wo so de bia enso to a entimi nura na enua no mo down no so kora on be ye den enti ano den pa enso na hire enne de ye hu bi sada anytime bia ya tana nsuo yiri a e ba bepem but omo ase no na nsuo e kan but eni nsuo ne de abroso pa odan so no ye ballers no so ye mo ye mo ye nya oboko joint ni aso baller de begu oboko joint na baller gu ha ye nya omo mbeboa edu anadwo a amanfo mbe so baller de begu kwan no unhu omo bo so na pa na baller gu ni nyina ka ho na gates etimachoke a Edis aye ne nyina ba nti esere mpanifo so ombetima boy ho kakra mommoe ne nsuo to a yenso yenye free awo man mu so ati ase yenyina ya agu ekwan no yenya ebia ese nkran brabo onye ba bi da na sore na hoden wo a ene otim kokwan so ekoye adwuma ne sika kakra de guboto na obo sore ne wenye ba bi ne nsuo enso be yiri hire odan na ede na woka yesere mpanifo no omon ka bi maye
Ale frozen
bi de ne kwame
Kwame
Japan Medina.
Kwame Japan ya dase. So
they should be ready. Ambulance should be ready.
You have another team returning. With some of the victims. They are calling for the ambulance to be ready. It looks like they have some emergency on board. So they're asking for the National Ambulance Service to get ready. Hopefully it's not. So the ambulance service guys are now preparing to receive whatever emergency that they have on board. Readying the stretcher and waiting to receive the emergency case that the rescuers are returning with. You have women, men, old people, babies. An old man. Seems to be the emergency, the ambulance service. They'll put him on the stretcher and get him the needed help.
The investigator is good. Yeah, I've gotten some.
Well, he's been wheeled away by the ambulance service. Going to get him the needed help. More people are being brought ashore to safer grounds. Hello, sir. Akwaba. Where are you entering from?
Oh, patrol.
I understand. Man, no more rescue.
Sisiano. He's a former cameraman.
Oh, GBC.
Huh?
Okay. You know him personally?
I know him personally. Bahani ni relative ni boy Cassiana. Wafa Sisian. We New York on. New York it idea no commercial white.
I tried talking to him.
Wanyina, Okoye. Omuwo got anano. There's a story building there. Name say Insunu alcohol. Na say why yara for some time. Well, yara yache. No sure now. Di me bo minim say. Oh, doing two sunas and a you say. Oh, you know.
Number 2 Efros.
FM Gideon.
What's your role here?
Me hire me community when it comes to Sanya Manyamana, me corner a cobuani yin crofo, fifim near there. I think so, baby. As I say, walk or be a wound him nipa or I give them information. Say, Mura to crew with Crofo say, or near there. It always be ano, me yes, Edumano, our area ha, or be a me.
Thank you.
Once many assemblyman now Yeduma for years this area.
Okay. All right, Gideon. Thank you very much. So Gideon was telling us that the gentleman who has just been rescued and sent into the ambulance to get help once worked with GBZ as a cameraman. Hopefully, he'll get the treatment he needs. More people are disembarking the rescue boats. The efforts by... Hello, Mommy.
Hey. Nana said, I still have a banana. Me kai dun te kuya ni pe yi ba din so we die no we are different from we are been one so die bin na bin si ono fire ni mo ni ono so we die ono maka
This is still a live coverage of the June 29, 2026 flooding situation in Accra. Currently, we're stationed at Circle in Accra, where rescue efforts are underway. However, throughout the day, we've been reporting from different parts of the capital regarding the flooding situation in all of these parts. We hit Tema at some point where we spoke to head of production, Victoria Dogbe. We hit several other parts of the capital where we spoke to different persons. We actually opened the phone lines and gave you the opportunity to share with us the situation in your communities or your areas, and you did so. We're grateful to you. We touched base in the Awutu Senya East constituency, where our central regional correspondent, Akwesiado, brought us up to speed regarding the situation with the Okurudu River, which had overflown its banks in the morning. He did warn that looking at the level of the water, if the rains did not stop, then there was the probability for the river to overflow even the main bridge, cutting off several communities from the N1 and making it difficult for residents, or if like commuters, to engage in their commute, their daily commute to and from Kaswa. So that appears to be the challenge regarding the flooding situation. But pictures in your shot, live from Circle, Kwame Nkrumah Circle here in Accra. This is the area that leads from Circle to Accra. However, where the operation is, if you like, being carried out from, or if you like, the operation point is the lane that leads you to the NS Chemist warehouse. And same lane will take you to where the plastic market is, which market we've been reporting caught fire in the morning and is still burning all the way up until now because firefighters are unable to access the fire scene and to bring the fire under control. So it continues to burn even as community members engage or join forces with the security personnel or security agencies for this particular rescue operation. For the firefighting, from all indications, nothing official, or if you like professional, has been done yet because the firefighters really have not been able or do not have access to the fire itself, the route or the scene of the fire itself to be able to combat that fire. So several boats, canoes deployed at Circle to help rescue trapped victims who have been stuck in their homes since morning after flood waters took over their homes and locked them up indoors, cutting them off from accessing the major road. So we see efforts, and like we said, and Charles clarified that indeed these are fishermen who live in the community, and they have been assisting the security agencies, or if like the emergency response agencies, to embark on this rescue operation. Clearly not an easy job, of course, having to paddle to and fro to rescue trapped people. It's been difficult, you can clearly tell, but these young men have been going all out to assist the officers in these rescue operations, and I would like to congratulate them as well. So these are pictures you're seeing from Circle, live pictures from Circle, where we understand that people remain trapped in their homes along the Odona stretch. And of course, behind that or beyond that is where the plastic market is, which market has caught fire. And also beyond that market is the where you see the odor itself flowing in that drain there. So these are drone shots showing you how the smoke continues to billow in the air or in the skies, clearly telling or depicting the picture that the fire continues to rage at the plastic market at Odona. Efforts by the Ghana National Fire Service thwarted by the flood waters because they are unable to have direct access to the market where the fire is currently burning, making it difficult for any sort of control mechanism or any sort of firefighting to even be started. And so, yes, thick smoke billowing into the air from the plastic market at Odona, where fire has ravaged the market since about 8 a.m. today. However, access to the market blocked by flood waters, making it difficult for the firefighters to be able to access the area. However, as we have established, the most important thing is for the rescue operations to be successful, to ensure that no lives are lost, and at the end of the day, affected persons will count their losses rather than put a figure, or if you like, count a toll or number of persons who have passed. We pray and hope that the rescue efforts will be successful. And so, I mean, this will give you a clearer view of the fire situation. So, flood waters blocking residents from accessing the main road, and then behind them or beyond them is a fire at the market. And so it's like you're trapped between fire and water.
Trapped between fire and water, not knowing where to pass, not knowing where to go, just hoping and praying that rescuers would reach out to you, get to you early, and save you. You don't want to feel what they are feeling now. You don't want to think what they are thinking now. Our hope is that more efforts will be put into rescuing these people.
Right.
At this point in time, we also have to commend the officers who are engaged in these rescue efforts. You know, they've been at it for hours now, non-stop, trying to reach out to everybody who is trapped here at Adabraka. On our screens, we can see the officers of the National Fire Service trying to go again. This time around, it looks like there's a new boat, which is, it looks plastic, if I'm not.
Yeah, early on they brought a few which were green in color. This one appears to be orange. Looks more like the, shudder to say, the ones you use for kayaking.
Yes.
So you can see one of such returning, but how many people really can it carry at a time?
I think at this time what they are looking at is to deploy as many
equipment as possible,
as many resources as possible to be able to get to rescue the people trapped in there.
Right.
It looks like more officers seem to be joining the rescue mission.
Yeah.
A lot more policemen are now being seen. A lot more fire service officers are now being seen. You still have the military also here
and
at the place. The NADMO officials are also there. So now you can see them pushing in another.
Those are the big one is going back.
Yes, another big boat to go in there to see how it can rescue the others. Whilst there's also a little one also being pushed in there. So I think what they are trying to do now is to send as many as possible to the place to see how they can rescue more people. It looks like there are a lot more people trapped than we imagined over there.
Very well.
And at that place, if you look at the place, a lot of residential area. It's a residential and a business area.
Right.
So you have a lot more people staying there. And you need a lot more people to also go and help. It's getting late. It's getting dark. And I think that at this point, they want to put in every possible measure to get more people out before it gets it gets dark.
Right.
It's 4:37. So I'm sure people out there will now be thinking, what happens to them? How are they going to survive? I'm sure most of these people, because of the situation, have not eaten. If your house has been inundated, I'm sure you have lost a lot of things, water, food, and everything. So it's time to get a lot of people out to be able to give them the needed things they need, water and some food to keep them going.
Right. While efforts